Okay, so here is our first chapter, which is the Old English period. This is a very important topic with your focus of CUET PG 27, and this is a main thing that you need to strengthen your basics, you need to strengthen your foundation. So in this video we will study about what is English period, what happened in the English period and everything related to it. So for the first point says British literature is such an area of study which is asked the most in exams. Most important plus in-depth questions are asked from this section. You can say that CUET asks 90% of the questions from this topic because it's a very wide topic. So unexpectedly CUET can ask you anything. So you need to prepare this topic a lot. And in this topic, Old English period, we will study the journey from Britain to England, how Britain turned into England. We'll study this. Then we'll study how England came into existence, how the English language uh, began, how a new culture began. We'll study all these topics which is underlined. So, if we talk about Old English period, it is divided into two parts. First is the Anglo-Saxon age, which was the time of 50 to 1066 AD, and then the Anglo-Norman age, which we will discuss ahead. What is important to know as of now is what is Anglo-Saxon age. We will discuss it ahead, and in the next page, and the Anglo-Norman age will be discussed even later. So here is a point which says England was earlier known as Britain or Britannia. So England, what we know is the present name of is the present name, but earlier at the time of Old English period, England was earlier known as Britain or Britannia. Romans were the ones who conquered the major areas of Europe. And here, after this point, you can see that there is a map which shows the Western Roman Empire and the Eastern Roman Empire. Here is our Rome, and the Rome is also in two parts, Western and the Eastern Roman Empires. So as you can see, this is the border of the entire Roman Empire, and this is the Western and the Eastern Roman Empire, and these are the borders of the entire Roman Empire. From this line, I have divided the actual areas conquered by the Western and the Eastern Roman Empire. There's something in the a little info about this map. That borders of Roman Empire in 395 CE. This map was made in 395 CE, and these are the borders under Emperor Theodosius. Theodosius was the emperor who made this. I think he was a Roman Empire. Yes, he was a Roman Empire. His name was Theodosius, and he made this map to show the areas conquered by the Eastern and the Western Roman Empire. I have made a line here so that you can understand clearly that how much area was conquered by the Western one and how much area was conquered by the Eastern one. Then here, as we there are two other important points, that in Rome Latin language was used. Latin language was in the majority of areas. People spoke Latin language. And second point is conquering Britain is equal to catching a gold bird in one's hands. Like we can say that British was a very Britain was a very uh, rich country at that point of time in all the matters. Like it was located near the sea, so it was very easy for the outsiders to come and trade and to also invade. So Britain was a very profitable country for the others who were trying to enter in with the purpose of trade. So that is why it is written that conquering Britain is as equal to as catching a gold bird in hands. If you catch a gold bird in your hands, you will feel precious, and you will feel that yes, you have earned something, that yes, you have a precious thing in your hands. So the same case was with Britain for the outsiders. Britain was the gold word for the people who came from outside in purpose of trading, import and export. And let us move to the next page now. Okay, here this is the second page. We will discuss here about the arrival and the fall of Roman Empire in England, which happened from 43 CE to 410 CE. So here the first point says that the Julius Caesar tried to invade Britain twice, once in 55 BC and other in 54 BC, which is known as the Gallic Wars. So Julius Caesar tried to invade Britain two times, and this invasion and the process of conquering is known as Gallic Wars. The soldiers were made ready on the borders of Britannia. Julius Caesar's soldier, yes, his soldiers were made ready on the borders of Britannia. It got impossible for them to conquer Britain permanently or to even settle. So Britain was rich but also strong. So Julius Caesar, even though he tried two times in 55 and 54 BC, but still it was very impossible for him to even conquer or to even settle permanently or to do any work in that. So along with this, here is a second point which says that Julius Caesar is a work written by William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare also wrote a work known as Julius Caesar, which is a historical tragedy. A tragedy is a kind of work which includes sadness, melancholy, and lamenting. Then the third point says Julius Caesar was a great king in India with the name Sikandar. Not only India, but he conquered the entire world too. Julius Caesar was a very powerful emperor during his time. In India also he tried to capture India, and in India he was named Sikandar. So if I say this word, now you might be able to know that who am I talking about. So he conquered India but also the entire world. Then the fourth point says many emperors and kings decided to conquer Britain, but none got successful, none got permanently settled. This is showing the case that even after Julius Caesar, many emperors also tried to invade Britain. Many of the emperors tried to conquer Britain, but none of them was successful. Not even one of them were permanently settled in Britain. The people of Britain knew that they were being attacked as they were rich in its spices. It was located near the sea, so it then began to protect itself. So a big wall was built in order to protect everyone. The people of Britain tried to build a wall which was known as the Hadrian's Wall in order to protect themselves from Romans. So Romans were also the main threat to them, as Romans were also trying to invade and to conquer their entire place. Along with this, a few tribes were also trying to invade and come in Britain and to conquer everything, which had begun attacking Britain. The next point says, why was everyone so after conquering Britain? Here is our main question. Now that I have told you that people were trying to conquer Britain, so now the question arises, why were they trying to do so? The first reason here, it says that it was located near the seawater. So spices were available in huge quantity, plus a great path for import and export. As I've already told you that Britain was located near the seawater, so it was a very convenient pathway for the import, export, and trade. And spices were also available in huge quantity. The next point says in 410 CE, three tribes came to England. The three tribes were namely Angles, Jutes, and Saxons. These tribes came into England in 410 CE, and they all reassured England that they will be helped by all the emperors and tribes that is threatening them. These three tribes came to England with the motive to help them. They told England that no need to fear. As we are here, we will try to protect you from everything that is trying to invade you. But next point exposes something very unexpected. Next point says when Britannia was being attacked from all sides. Like so, suppose this is Britannia. This circle is Britannia. So around the circle, everyone was trying to attack them. The three tribes entered Britain with the reason to help them. Yes, as I have already told you, that these three tribes, Angles, Jews, and Saxons, tried to invade, were trying to be friendly with the people of Britain, and they said that we will try to help you. But these three tribes entered Britain with the reason to help them, but ended up conquering them all of a sudden. Yes, with the motive to help them and to befriend them. All three tribes conquered them, and they began dominating Britain very soon. By 450 AD, Britannia is turned into England ever since these three tribes conquered. The moment these three tribes conquered Britain and they dominated and overthrew the power of Britain, then Britain, the name Britain was turned into England, because England is making up of a word Angles land, means the place where Angles ruled, where Jews and the Saxons ruled. The Angles land is known as England. If you keep on speaking the same word Angles land, you will soon realize that Angles land is the that England is the formation from the word Angles land. So this is it for today's video. In next video we will discuss more about the Roman Empire.